Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. If you're new to my channel, my name's Kenny, and typically I do RV repair videos, but I got something a lot different today. I'm here in an undisclosed location with Zach, and Zach does some really cool things. So I'm going to show you Zach here in a minute, and once he talks about what he does and all that, I'll leave his email address down in the link below this video in case you want to contact him. So let's meet Zach. All right, Zach, so what is it you do?
I do high-end restorations, anything from autos. I actually specialize in motorcycles, but had a customer want me to do a motorhome for them out of a school bus, but a very high-end job, and started beginning of last year, and are finally done and ready for delivery. So figured we'd get over here and make a nice video and show off some of the work.
Awesome. Well, you want to start outside? Do you want to start?
Sure. We can do a walk around outside and then go inside. But the outside. All
right. Well, here it is.
So the outside, we ended up taking out the school bus door, obviously, and had a custom door, screen door made for the bus. Had to frame that all out and set that in. We didn't get too crazy on the body work just because it is a school bus. So you notice there's still like some of the ripples and little things you would tend to see in a school bus body. Took out all the school bus windows. About 60 feet of metal we put in the side to close all that in, and then put in real hair RV windows. We got speakers on the outside that, well, the whole sound system, which we can go over when we get inside, but the speakers can play the TV out here or the stereo, and then the TV can also hook up here, which will mirror the TV inside. So you have a HDMI plug on the outside and then a power outlet for the TV. So you can have a TV out here and be able to, have going on what's on the TV on the inside, and all that can play through the sound system as well. Have an LP port here, so you can hook up a grill outside, an exterior shower here. This is access for the propane system for your fill, and then another outlet here, for anything you may want to run. And then this is a hatch for outside storage. So just have a couple basics in there now, but it's a pretty good amount of room, and there's a light in there as well. So that's actually the back half of the bed in the master bedroom, which we'll go over when we get inside. And on this side is your freshwater fill and your city water hookup there. That's the vent for the access for the hot water heater. And then your dump valves are here for your gray water and your black water to be able to drain the tanks. This is to flush the black tank. And then the vent for the refrigerator, another exterior shower, and then your shore power hookup here. And that is pretty much the outside. Besides, on the other side, we did do a zip D awning. It's 22 feet long. And we had to make special molds of the side of the bus and send them to Zip D to have the awning fit perfectly. And I will give it to Zip D. That awning is absolutely flawless. Yeah, awesome. It turned out great. Two 13.5 air conditioners that we purchased from Kenny, as well as all the appliances were bought by Kenny, which is how we met and kind of been following and keeping in touch with each other since. Since I didn't have a lot of building RV experiences, I needed some help along the way figuring out appliances and stuff, but Kenny was great for that, and everything worked out great.
Well, it was no problem, and I didn't help him much, folks, really. Yeah. He had a pretty good handle on this, and it's a good thing he bought the appliances when he did, because he bought them in 2019 instead of 2020.
While they were still available. Yeah.
So I haven't seen this since last fall, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was before it was completely finished. I will put a link to the video that we did before right up here. That'll show you kind of how it was. I don't know, what's maybe 70% done at that point.
Yeah, yeah. A
And,
lot of the finishing touches have had to be done since then, but we were just working on the wood when we did the last video on the ceiling and the walls.
Right. So, yeah, it hadn't been to paint or anything. The exterior wasn't finished. So, so now I guess we're gonna go inside, Zach.
Yep. Let's head inside.
All right.
Pretty much on the outside, we didn't really change anything on the exterior of the bus. You know, the rain rails are all original. You know, I mean, we did put the lights up here, so when the awning's out, you know, the party area, as we like to say, will kind of be lit up. But no, as far as all the bumpers, the mirrors, all that stuff, it's really still the bus. We did get rid of all the school bus lights and the stop signs and things like that, and change them all over to LED lights and kind of freshen that up some. But most of that stuff is still the same. So we got a little entry light here. And then this door obviously is the screen as well. So.
Oh, I love the metal work inside there.
Yeah. That's kind of an interesting story because the customer picked that out as a backsplash for the bathroom. Oh. And I didn't like it in the bathroom. So I called the customer and I said, I'm 86 in the backsplash in the bathroom. And I said, I just don't want to do it. And I don't think it's going to be right. And he said, okay, fine. And I said, I'll try to implement it somewhere. And that's where it ended up. So I guess we'll start up here in the cockpit. Got rid of a whole bunch of school bus switches. Just made a simple dash, nothing fancy, but just what they need. But anyways, didn't mess with the dash too much. Wanted to leave all that original. Did do a backup camera for him and recover the original seat. I was thinking maybe of changing that out, but it does have the air ride, and we decided to go ahead and keep that because it is quite comfortable. The sound system that I spoke about earlier, I put up here. So we're running it's all JL audio, the dual amps. So this is just for the outside, 2 8-inch speakers. They're all coaxial speakers. And then this runs 4 8-inch inside the house with a 10-inch sub in a ported box. And then this is the head unit right here for the stereo. It is a very high-end, fancy stereo system. The owner that I'm building the bus for is a musician. So music was kind of the utmost importance, and we definitely nailed that. So that's basically the front of the bus, nothing too crazy. These are the switches for the outside lights under the awning and the switch for the entry lights in the staircase. And then this is a dimmer switch there's 10 lights, the flush mount lights in just the living room alone. So the fan here, there's another fan in the bedroom. Got an AC in the living room, AC in the bedroom, and then obviously you can see the woodwork that we did inside here.
Why don't you talk about this woodwork a little bit? It's gorgeous.
Yeah, so I will say that I saw obviously some other people do some ceilings like this in some school buses, but one thing I noticed, and I know it's in the essence of time, is you have to obviously put some wood furring strips up here connected to the metal bracing in the original bus to be able to connect the wood to wood. Well, usually they would just run a straight piece of like 2x2. Well, I didn't like that idea because you end up with a horrible transition, and I wanted a smooth transition. So what I did is I made 3 separate templates out of cardboard. And then I traced those templates onto 2x6s. And the templates are contoured. You know, they have a transition. So you have a template here, and one in the middle. And I cut out probably about 60, maybe even 80 of those with a jigsaw. and then connected all those individual furring strips, I refer to them as, down the entire length of the bus to be able to run a perfectly smooth transition across the entire ceiling of the bus. And I don't know how it's going to come out on video, but when you're standing here in person, the transition is seamless.
All right, looks gorgeous.
Yeah, the other thing I had to do too is a lot of the wood in the tight transition here in the corner. These are tongue and groove boards, obviously, but I actually ran all the boards in about this section through the router to open up the tongue a little bit and change the shape of the groove, so that everything could go together seamlessly. So there was, I wouldn't even be able to guess how many hours I have, starting at the the furring strips, the tracings, the cutting out with the jigsaw. I think I had a blister on my hand from the jigsaw. That's how many I cut out. Yeah. And then to be able to get the wood to turn out this nice. All right, so yeah, basically just going over the woodwork here and what it took to really make that pop and be smooth and nice and just look amazing, really. I mean, in person,
it does look
stunning.
amazing. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, the woodwork runs throughout, as well as the walls in the hallway, even in the bathroom. We'll show you all that as well here in the video. I ran the wires, which were already ran in the school bus and stuff for taillights and everything down like the port side of the bus, but so I kind of kept it that way. And I did this here to cover the wiring, but I also made all that removable. So if we ever have to run new wires or chase wires or have any issues, I guess you could say, or whatever, all the wiring in the bus, for the most part, is accessible and fixable, or at least able to run a new wire in a spot that's already there. So it wouldn't have to be a problem to ever repair or replace or add stuff in the bus.
Well, that's thinking ahead. That's you're trying to take care of a service guy down the road.
Yeah. I will never be servicing this bus because I live 11 states away from the person I built it for. But yeah, obviously I wanted to think ahead and make sure all those type of things were thought of.
Well, don't ever go to work for an RV factory. Then you just mess everything.
Yeah, I'd mess everybody up. That's right. Yeah. But yeah, and then the trim rings for the inside of the windows, those believe it or not, were pretty challenging. But we got those to turn out and look really good. We actually think the windows turned out amazing. And very happy with all of those.
The white windows are very uncommon nowadays. Everything's black and has been black for a long time.
Yeah. I thought the white trim ring, because obviously you had to order the windows before you got very far along on the inside. But I had a vision of what the colors were going to be. The flooring was actually picked out by the customer pretty early on, so we had an idea of that. The countertop as well. So we tried to think of what would go good, and believe me, we did think of black, but we did end up going with the white and doing all the cabinets and everything in a bright white, and it just looks stunning.
Well, you mentioned the floors. Let's talk about these floors.
Yeah, so the floors were picked out by the customer, but they are vinyl plank flooring, and they're the 12 by 24 tiles, and they are insulated. So on the floor of the bus, we did insulation. Then a subfloor, and then this is vinyl plank flooring that actually has an insulation and a padding built into it as well. So it's a high-end floor. Probably a little more money than I would have picked for this type of project, but once you get it down and get it in, you realize why the money was well spent.
It's
because
gorgeous.
Yeah, it is
really
it is super nice.
I actually thought of ceramic.
Really?
I did.
Yeah,
I really did. It even feels like ceramic to your feet.
One thing on the floor, just going back to the craftsmanship, but I didn't want to run a baseboard and stuff in a lot of areas of the bus. So like you'll even notice just like on some of the work down here and along the edge of the kitchen counter, but was able to really get the floor, just perfectly, but still give it enough room to grow and swell. So there's areas of the bus that you can't really see where the flooring has room for expansion. But the lines and the seams are so well done that you almost can't even tell.
Yeah,
so.
there's no quarter round in this bus.
Yeah, no, no. So and then so then moving on basically to the dinette. The customer that we built it for wanted to sleep 6 people. So as we move through the bus, you'll see there's obviously the master bedroom. We did a queen size bed, but we needed 2 more beds. So we ended up making the dinette a bed, which we could put down for the video so you can kind of show some people. But basically the table legs come undone. The table drops down into here. So.
And I see this is on the hinge, so this drops out to finish.
Yeah, so
finish the frame for
yeah, exactly. So we wanted to keep it spacious. The one of the requests from the customer was to entertain. They want to, they do have kids, and they wanted to be able to travel as a family, but they also, being in the industry he's in, they want to entertain. So I wanted to keep it spacious, and without having slide outs and stuff, I wanted to make sure that I kept some room in here as I was building. So trying to figure out how to get the bed big enough and keep room like in the galley and the living room area, I came up with that idea. So basically what happens is you remove this, and then this piece folds out, right, on a piano hinge. I wanted to make sure that this could come out, but when it came out, to make the bed an actual, dimensionally correct, this had to be supported. So I thought, well, I don't want legs down there because this bed has to come out as well, and I want to be able to walk through. So I came up with an idea, and it actually turned out pretty neat. But you fold this out, and then I made a bracket system here where you pull out a rod here, and then that drops down in a groove. And then there's another one here, so that slides out as well. And those are 2 1/2-inch steel rods, and then that goes on there. And then when the cushion folds out, this will hold all the weight it needs to.
That's
so, and then the table comes down to here, and this holds, I'm 200 pounds.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, awesome. That's
so it'll definitely hold some kids. So, and then those just go.
I don't know. Kids are rough on stuff.
Yeah. But those just go back in.
Most RVs are not kid tested.
Yeah, right. So, but anyways, that's kind of how the bed gets made.
I like this bed over here because this is a little bit of a throwback to an Airstream style bed.
Yeah. I got that idea really off just some other people. Built it out the way that it needed to be. One thing I did that I hadn't seen was incorporate some stuff into it. So. I incorporated obviously the 2 drawers and a speaker there, but this, you do have to pull it nice and straight though.
Yep.
This comes out like so, and then the cushion just folds out like that. This actually snaps to there, but I don't want it snaps on. And then that's the bed there.
Yeah. That's how it's very similar to the way they used to do the beds in the old Airstreams.
Old Airstreams, yeah. But I didn't want to waste the space, which is why I made it where, it would have the drawers, cut out here and stuff. So, more storage and everything. So anyways, that's the bed out here. Had to put some seat belts in here for passengers.
Safety third, right?
Yeah. I actually had to question that. I said, do RVs even have seatbelts for passengers? I don't even know, but
they do. They do.
They do, yeah.
They do.
So.
Usually it's a dinette, which is silly because I can't think of a more dangerous place to sit in an RV than at the dinette.
Yeah, than at a table. Well, we switched that up, but and then here in the corner we did a little wet bar. Again, going back to the entertaining part of it. So nothing super crazy, but a couple cup holders and some spots for some wine bottles, and and a big bottle of liquor. TV here. There's a TV in the bedroom also, and they are both on satellite. The furnace is built into there, so there's that for the furnace.
course, we've got the Dometic refrigerator.
Yeah, the Dometic refrigerator.
I think it's what, 7 cubic feet, I believe, if I remember correctly.
I know it was one of the bigger ones, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, ordered that from you. Yeah. And then the burner here for the kitchen. And we did a Ruvati sink, deep basin stainless sink.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That thing is deep.
Yeah, very nice sink.
Wow.
And then you know, 3 big drawers here, you know, under sink. I also tried to make that, do the plumbing on that, so there was plenty of storage.
Yeah.
Did the latches on all the doors and stuff in the bus to keep them shut going down the road.
Well, the cabinet works and this thing's gorgeous.
Yeah, got a little,
It really is.
little cabinet. Did I? I made every single thing in this bus.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I made all the cabinets. All of this, every single thing you see in here I made besides, you know, obviously
The poles.
stuff like that, yeah. And then I'll just kind of let you go in the bathroom there, but just a pretty standard bathroom.
With a Dometic porcelain toilet. And another fan. The little round fan, powered fan. Very nice. Don't need a ton of room in a bathroom anyway, right?
No,
You only do one thing in there.
We did just make sure in the bathroom that there was enough room to blow dry hair, which I had my wife help me on that one. And then the shower, well, you'd have to come past here,
Yes,
but
sir.
you can kind of show that off a little bit. Did a pretty decent sized shower, actually.
It did.
Yeah.
Yep.
One thing pretty trick, I don't know if you really be able to get it on camera unless you step in there.
Oh, I can
I
step
don't know if you can focus on it, but
Oh, holy crap.
this
Shower.
this wall back here. So this is the synthetic decking board that people are using now for patio decks and stuff. But I wanted, obviously, this was going to get wet. So I took each piece and I ran them on the router. So like on this piece here, this piece actually goes up to about here and is routered flat. And then this piece is routered flat on the back here and they overlap like a shingle. So there's no way for water to get in these seams. There's about a 3/4 inch overlap on every single one.
And use some more of that.
Yeah, I used some more of that in there just to show it off a little bit.
And I'm 5'10", and I have a hat on, and I can turn my hand sideways. So it's not huge, but you know, it's functional.
Yeah, it's a good size for an RV, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of RVs come out of Indiana don't have a shower that big.
Yeah.
They got probably tons of engineers and spend millions of dollars designing a new RV. So.
Now this is actually something that I'm pretty proud of because I kind of had limited space, but this is a pantry. And the water heater is under here, and which is above the wheel well. And the water heater access is from the closet in the bedroom. But this was kind of like a dead space that I knew I wanted to build a closet into, but I built all these shelves, built them all with, you know, a wall, so going down the road stuff wouldn't fall out. And but I thought that was a pretty nice broom closet / pantry.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then coming into the master bedroom, we just did the accordion door here, which actually works great.
Yep.
So we thought that was kind of cool, actually. And then when we did the wall up here to get a flat spot for the door, I cut a hole out here for the AC vent to blow into the hallway. So you got one going forward and then the other 3 into the master. So this is the master bedroom.
What size bed do we have here?
This is a queen size bed, which the customer requested. And I actually started building the bus from the back forward, knowing that the master bedroom was going to be a queen size bed and that would eat up some space. So when I started doing the initial layouts, if I remember correctly, I almost want to say I started with the queen size bed and then worked everything out from there, you know, with tape in the beginning, just trying to figure out some dimensions and the layout and how it would all work. But I started with the bed. So
I believe, Zach, the very first time I saw this, when I delivered your appliances to you, I think the tape was on the floor, actually.
It might have been.
I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was how I started was, and it changed many times over the course of a couple days, but I basically started with just blue painter's tape on the floor, you know, with a tape measure and just running tape and figuring out the dimensions.
I had forgotten that, but when you said that, I believe that was true. You had the bedroom, I think, in the middle part of the bus. Taped out on the floor.
Yeah. That was how that's how it all. Once I got all the original stuff cleaned out and just got down to bare bones and had all the ceiling out and all the, you know, a lot of the wiring, I removed like probably 2 5-gallon buckets worth of wiring out of this school bus before I even started. But yeah, so queen size bed. This from the hinge back is the storage that we showed you on the outside from the back of the bus. So you can see it's half a queen size bed worth of storage back there. Those were some nightstands that I made. They're matching nightstands, and just did a little net on the bottom to keep stuff in. And then, you know, obviously they both just have a nice little drawer. Got some TV remotes in there. All the drawers in the entire bus are the soft close hinges, which is kind of a nice feature as well. And then the TV in here, which is on a swinging bracket, so they can, as well as the one in the living room, so they can move those out and you know, watch TV from the bed. And then we did his and hers closets. So pretty simple setup, just a light for in there. And then here is the water heater access for winterizing or maintenance, because I think of the maintenance guys.
Thank you.
So got those, just a matching closet there. It's just a little different shape because it doesn't have the water heater space down there. So we just did a little safe there, and other than that, just another closet. So those turned out great too.
Yes.
Yeah. And then on the front of the bed, so this is where the freshwater water tanks are. So this is storage for linens and pillows or whatever you may need to keep. And then this lifts up, and the water tanks and all the pump and all that stuff, the water system basically starts underneath this bed. So, and the water fill is right outside there that we showed you from the outside. So that's pretty much it. We did an emergency window in the back here. I permanently shut the back door of the school bus, which is originally, you know, obviously the emergency exit in a school bus or through the holes where the air conditioners now are. But so we did an emergency window there. That way, if there's an issue in the galley or something, the people in the bedroom can get out. So, and I had some ideas for the backup here, and then my wife and I were kind of looking at it one day, and I thought, let's put the original metal back up in the back of the bus. Because one of the requests from the customer actually were to keep some things from the original school bus, just, you know, to make it neat or different. So I painted that white, and then I used all stainless steel screws instead of the rivets that were there. And I just think it turned out awesome. It looks so cool. All the screws just make it look so neat. And then obviously still you'll have the access to the, you know, to the wiring that goes through there.
Yeah, that does look cool.
Yeah, it turned out really neat. Because that was a tough space to try and figure out, you know, really what to do. Believe it or not, you look at all the work that's been done and you think like, oh, that would be simple. But trying to really figure out what to do in that corner and structurally, because there's so much going on back there under the skin. That's the thing with the school bus, and people who have seen it so far, or the thing with this project and people have seen it so far, is you don't see what's under the skin. No. And that was very challenging in a lot of areas of this build, is how do you make something look so beautiful when you're just starting with, you know, the bones of an old bus.
Do you mind telling us, we don't want to know hours, but just how long have you been working on this project now?
I think Solid work is probably about 18 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is a lot of work, but it's gorgeous.
Yeah. 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 And you know, there's lots of weeks with crazy hours, and then some weeks with a little less hours, because I still try to have to do other things and stuff too. But
you mean life still happens?
life still happens. But yeah, it's been you know, of like really hammering out and working on the bus, I'd say about 18 months.
Wow. That's a lot of work to do in 18 months, but
yeah, and by myself.
By yourself too.
Yeah.
Not a whole crew.
No crew. No crew. But yeah, that's pretty much the tour.
Okay.
The captain's sitting in the best part of the whole bus.
This is an awesome seat.
Yeah, I had custom ordered that seat. That's for the captain of the family I built it for.
Now, does it spin?
It does, yeah. There's a lever on the right side, so it spins around. And
this is just gorgeous, Zach. I really do appreciate the opportunity to do this video. I hope it turns out well. I hope everybody's happy with it.
Yeah.
And because this is a really cool project, and like I said, I'm just honored that you've included me in this project. So.
Yeah, well, it was a pleasure meeting you, and you know, having somebody in the beginning to just help answer some questions on the appliances, and you know, be able to pick your brain here and there. And it's been a cool project. I'm glad that it's done. I'm excited to deliver it. I can't wait for the customers to see it, because I think they're going to be blown away. Have
they got to see it yet in person?
No, not in person.
Not in person.
They have not seen it in person once. They've obviously seen some pictures. My wife just did a simple cell phone video that we sent them just last week, now that it's finally done, basically. So they did get that, but they'll see it in person here in just a few days, and I'm really excited, because they have been very patient, because it has been a long, hard build and challenging, but they've been extremely patient, but extremely anxious. And I do think that, you know, the good thing comes to those who wait is going to come true when they see it. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
So there you have it. There is a really awesome school bus converted into a motorhome, and Zach's done a fantastic job. This thing's gorgeous, and just glad to be able to bring it to you guys and let you see it. And I hope you enjoy this video. Like I say, if you're new to my channel, this is not a typical video, but you know, sometimes we do things that are not typical. But just thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like these videos and share them and subscribe and all that stuff. And we're gonna go down the road, and well, we're not gonna fix another one tonight, are we, Zach?
No. We're done.
We're done. So,
no more fixing, no more building. This one's finished.
So thanks for watching, folks.